Hi, I'm Rosalind from Rosalita's Travel.
And I'm Martin from Halo's Travels.
And welcome to Tripz and Tipz. We started this podcast as we are both very, very passionate about travel, and we thought it's time we shared our passion and being able to speak about what it is that we love, the travel, the holidays, and also why we also became independent travel agents. So yes, we became independent travel agents, and we are partnered with a host agency, and we have billions and billions of dollars of sales every year. We have well over 100 preferred partners, is that about right?
Yeah.
Anything from the likes of your normal Jet2, TUI, right through to Etihad, Major Travel, all that can put together bespoke packages for you, as well as Expedia as well. So today we thought we'd talk about one of the resorts and holiday destinations that is very close to Martin's heart, which is, drum roll,
Ibiza.
Ibiza. So, Martin used to live in Ibiza, lives in Ibiza most summers, has DJ'd in Ibiza, books most of his holidays for his customers to Ibiza, and knows everything there is to know about Ibiza. So, where else should we start?
Yeah, it's a good start to the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. We will be covering different areas of Ibiza. You know, when people say Ibiza, they think mostly clubbing, etc. And, you know, Martin has explained to me, I've never been, but I am going this year for the first time, that it has moved away a bit from that whole party hard reputation. There's always been the family side of it, but I believe San Antonio has always traditionally had that party hard reputation. It's moving away. So we're going to roll it back and we're going to start at the beginning, and I'm going to ask Martin some questions all about Ibiza. So
let's go.
Okay, we're on the plane, Martin. I've now landed at Ibiza Airport.
Okay.
What are the tips that you can give me for Ibiza Airport?
Well, the first tip, sadly, is you've got to clap when the pilot lands.
Really?
Not really, but some people do.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I find it a bit cheesy.
It's very cheesy, but that's what happens.
Okay.
So anyway, when you get to the airport, first thing you're going to see is the new EES system, which is the new European fingerprint e-facial recognition thing. Ibiza, luckily, I was there a few weeks ago. Luckily, they haven't got as many problems as some of the European places. You'd maybe have a 40-minute delay.
Okay, that's all right.
But it's not 6 hours, 3 hours that we're hearing from other places.
Yeah.
So Ibiza haven't abandoned the system yet. Some Greek places and stuff have wound it back or doing selective. Ibiza's not doing that. So EES, not a problem at all. When you come out of the airport, we have partners who do private transfers. The taxis in Ibiza since COVID are horrendous, because a lot of the drivers who didn't come in COVID decided it was better to stay at home with their families,
Right.
and work for Just Eat and Uber and
okay.
Amazon,
Yes.
and not have the trials and tribulations of working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week for 8
I
months.
get it.
So we have very few taxis, which causes a lot of problems. So private transfer, especially groups, minibuses are very, very good. I've got relationships with those people.
Yeah.
So we can sort that. If not, you can get a taxi. Unfortunately, people can't pick you up anymore because that's now deemed as illegal transport of people under the law. So I can't pick friends up anymore, which is a nightmare. But things are changing, and Ibiza loves a fine. You know, for traffic, they love a fine.
Yeah.
So once you're in that airport, get your transfer and get all your bits and bobs in order. The sooner you get to the hotel.
So what we're saying is, don't rely on landing at the airport and going out and being loads of taxis at a taxi.
No, depending on the time of landing and how many planes have landed. But yeah, you know, you're going to expect a 40-minute delay.
Right. Okay.
But you know, you might get lucky, you might get ultra unlucky.
Right. Okay.
But
don't take the risk.
No.
Okay.
So it's
okay. Yeah. So now that we've got the transportation sorted, tell me a little bit more about the travel times to some of the popular areas.
Okay. So basically, we've got Ibiza town. There's only one airport in Ibiza. Ibiza town is 15 minutes in a cab. We've got Playa de Embosa, which is a beautiful beach, and it's where a lot of the high-end hotels and the famous Ushuaia day club, Ushuaia Hotel, the new Bless Hotel, the new 5-star. It's called the Bless the Site. You can imagine what people are going to be changing the sign to on that one, but Bless the Site. And You've got High Nightclub, which consistently gets voted the best nightclub in the world. Its sister club Universe is kind of like on its tail and doing wonderful things as well. So Playa del Bossa is very much like that. It's quite high end on price. Not one of my favourite resorts, but young ones seem to love it. You'll pay a third, maybe a little bit more than you would in San Antonio to stay in Bossa.
Right, okay.
And to me, I'm a San An boy.
Right,
I love
okay.
San An. So Bossa's 10 minutes away, Ibiza Town's 15 minutes away, San Antonio's 20, 25, depending on traffic. And then when we go up the north of the island, we've got Santa Eulalia, which is about 35 minutes. Very much a Dutch vibe in Santa Eulalia. Lots of Dutch residents, lots of Dutch and nice German travellers, along with English. It's a nice mix. Mix. And that is a lovely place. It's got a lovely harbour, nice restaurants, nice bars, not as expensive to go out and eat and drink.
Right, okay.
And then
I should be staying there.
Exactly. And then maybe a little bit further up north, another 5-10 minutes, got Escanar, which was always a family resort. It's where the famous hippie market is. And Escanar is a nice place as well, which isn't as expensive as Santa Eulalia. So, and then you go right the way around, we've got Portanax, which is where there's a lovely, lovely beach called Benaras, and that's where Kevin and Perry was famously filmed.
Ah, right, okay.
The finger rock in the ocean,
yeah.
and where he got dragged along the beach when he was quite excited and did his poo.
Yeah.
So that is Benaras. Now, Benaras used to have naked drummers on the cliffs every Sunday because the American GIs, after the Vietnam War, a lot of them ran away and landed in Ibiza and lived in the trees for years. Now you're talking 3-4 generations on.
Right.
The hippies are still there, the American hippies, their families. And they used to sit in the rocks and play bongos every Sunday for the sunset, naked. But the council have now stopped this as well.
Oh, okay.
The fun police are very active.
Okay.
So, so that's kind of the areas that we, you've then got on the other side of the island, we've got Calaverdale and places which are lovely. A bit more residential, nice beaches. But yeah, that's about where we are.
You've mentioned beaches. Tell me about the beaches, because we always think of the Balearic Islands as lots of sunny, sandy beaches. Sunny sand. Tell me about the beaches.
We have a couple of lovely stretches. So we've got Calabasa, which is where I live. Calabasa is probably the most famous. Long stretch of beach. You've got Calabasa Beach Club, which is ultra expensive.
Right.
They they bought a shack in the corner. They've now made it right the way along the beach. And if you want to go and get £80 paella, you can go and get £80 paella. If you want to get...
No, I don't think don't think that one's on my list. Not just
no,
yet.
but some people love it, and they love getting a bottle and having people look at them and going, I wish I could eat up there.
Yeah.
And it's all about that. So Calabasa's nice in the morning, come about 11, 12 o'clock. The beach is so busy and the beach club's busy and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, you've got beaches like that. San An's got its own man-made beach, which is very... It's not deep, it's very shallow and quite long.
I didn't realise it was man-made.
Yeah, it's man-made, yeah. I didn't realise till I played beach volleyball at once, and I dived. And it didn't... And the concrete base went straight to my knee.
Lovely.
So, yeah, and then we've got 80, I think. It's hard to count them because people tell you different things. Depends what you call a beach, whether a rocky bit is a beach or not. We've got about 80 beaches. Some are coves. If you're going to go beach hunting, it's best to hire a car.
Okay.
I have car rental companies with discounts and stuff. But you rent a car if you go to beaches because they are quite remote. Some of them you've got to park and walk down, and there's not much parking at the beach. But yeah, we've got some beautiful beaches all the way around the island. Yeah.
That sounds good. Although when you say about what you class as beaches, for me, a beach is sand. Sometimes you can have a bit of like shingle and a few pebbles, but a beach is sand.
Let's call it 40, not 80.
All right then. Okay, we'll split the difference. Obviously, we've talked a little about the different resorts, and Ibiza has something for everybody. So before we get into perhaps the young adults and the clubbers, tell me a little bit about families. If I was going with my family, youngsters.
Okay. So historically, it was Escanar in the north of the island, very family strong. It had your bars that I would call a couple of Benidorm bars, with your live acts every night, and you know, your egg and chips and what the English like.
Although, can I just interject? Myself and Martin were at a roadshow for resorts and travel advisors last night.
We were.
And Benidorm is going through a bit of a resurrection, a rejuvenation of its reputation. And I've never been to Benidorm, and I might even consider it now.
You fancy that, yeah.
But there you go. Just wanted to talk about that. Go
Absolutely.
on. Sorry, I interrupted.
So yeah, so basically Escanara, the north of the island, was always pretty family-ish. We do have Sensatori hotels, Tui Blues they're called now.
Yeah.
They're more down towards Sanan where I am. But Sanan's changing again since lockdown. There used to be the drinking strip, which we call the West End.
Right, okay.
A lot of the bars closed because they couldn't operate in COVID, so they handed the keys back.
Yeah.
Played it in the council's hands a little bit. The council are now offering people incentives, or landlords incentives, to change a bar into a boutique or a coffee shop.
Okay.
They've painted the floor, which I'll put a photograph in a second, and they've painted the floor up the West End a half-mile rainbow-coloured path, which the EU gave them 360 grand to paint by a famous artist. All he did was paint it and created an absolute water slide when it rained, because the paint made it very slippy.
Painted
That was
for
interesting.
I think we could have painted it for 360 grand.
Certainly, I've got some Dulux in the garage.
Yeah.
Please don't say Dulux.
Yeah.
So that's basically the families are more accommodated. All inclusive. People always say, the Balearics restrict you to 6 drinks and 2 drinks at lunch. Have you heard this one?
I have.
Yeah,
yes.
It's all a rumour. It was very clever. It was tactical, because mainland there was some drinking spots, your Benidorms and whatever. All inclusive was out of hand.
Yeah.
So they did this blanket thing. Ibiza were very clever. They said, right, in certain postcodes where you're going to restrict all inclusive drinks,
Right.
the postcodes they restricted it in don't have all inclusive hotels.
Right. Okay.
So it's not an issue.
It's not an issue.
So we still have. I mean, I put a lot of people in a hotel called the Coral Star,
Yes.
which is a family hotel. I put a lot of people into there. We've got the Bergenton, which is a nice all-inclusive. They're few and far between. There's not that many, because we're trying to keep the bars open and the restaurants open.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's for people who are going on a budget. There are those options.
Okay. Yeah. So now that we've covered families, let's talk about what Ibiza has traditionally been known for, particularly
the music and the
music
parties.
and the clubbers. And even though I'll be going to the bars. But if you see me in a club, it's a mirage. I don't club anymore.
No, we'll get some videos and we'll show you those.
Okay.
So basically, again, a massive groundswell in the last 10, 12 years. Probably started by Ocean Beach to a certain degree. And at the same time, the Ushuaia Hotel opened, which has a massive outdoor event venue inside the Ushuaia Hotel. So Ushuaia is more your outdoor concert festival feel. Lots of people hemmed in.
Right, okay.
You're talking 4,000 people capacity, but it's probably 7,000 people in reality.
Yeah.
All hemmed in. Calvin Harris doing his thing, David Guetta doing his thing.
Yeah.
Swedish House Mafia are back this year, which is quite exciting for the people who want to go and stand in the heat for 7 hours and do that.
Yeah.
So that was one side, and then Ocean Beach, obviously the legendary Ocean Beach opened. It took a few years to get established, because people didn't understand who it was for. So
tell me more about it then.
So basically, the girls who thought they didn't fit into it didn't go. The girls who probably would have fit into it in perception didn't go because they didn't think it was for them. The guys didn't really know who it was for and if the girls would be there or not. So they after a couple of years, they changed their tact and they went down the brand route. So they have people like History there now.
Right, okay.
And the big brands, the radio stations, the brands. So people now go for the brand more than the look. Okay. So we do have hen parties, and I love the hen parties, because you have grandma there who's 80, and you have mum there who's in her late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
You then have mum's sister, the aunties, and you have the daughters, and sometimes their daughters.
Right. Okay.
So the hens are brilliant, because you have 5 generations, and they all want a photo with Wayne Lineker, obviously, because that's what they do. And then you have the boys there who, again, you know, we have all kinds. You don't just have the guys with the tattoos and the muscles. You do have every shape and size of guy, from the young guy who's 18 and he's desperate to go just because he's not been before, to the dad who's gone, my son goes every year. And I'll tell you what, me and the boys are going to go and we're 60. So it fits everybody. Okay. And it's a lot of water, it's a lot of alcohol, comfy beds. You can also buy a day ticket, but it's best to have a bed or a table. And the value is amazing because you're there 9-10 hours.
Right,
And you pay a few £100 for your bed, but you get some drinks involved. And when you work it out, if you go to a football match for 2 hours, it costs you the same as you would for 10 hours in Ocean.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good value.
Okay. All right then. Anything else on sort of like the beach days or the pool days? Anything else?
We've got Nicky Beach in the north. Nicky Beach is a bit more sedate than Ocean. And then we've got places like Blue Marlin, which is more of a beach club on the sand. Nosebleedingly expensive. All the beach bars down that side are quite expensive.
And where am I going? Is it Ibiza Star for the pool day?
The Palm Star.
Palm Star
is
I do
amazing.
apologise. The Palm Star.
Palm Star. So the Palm Star is where I spend a lot of my summer, which people who are watching this probably know if they know me. Palm Star is owned by an amazing Spanish family who Jenny Frost from Atomic Kitten actually married into.
Oh, okay.
So they have a lot of interest. They have villa companies and stuff and hotels. Jenny puts her design stamp on the hotels, especially on the pool areas and the rooms. My friend Tony, who's actually a resident DJ, probably musical director, I'll call him there. He actually does a lot of the joinery work because he's a massively skilled builder and joiner.
Okay. Handy.
And the pool is amazing. It's got a catwalk straight through the middle of the pool. And it's got loads of cabanas and it's very funky and
you can
food and drink are cheap.
You can buy a day ticket to
go.
go
Buy a day ticket.
You're not
So
staying there.
I think it's going to be €35 this year. But you get tokens back, which you can then just pass in for food and drink.
Yeah.
So you have a whole day out for £30.
Right. Belter. That's
brilliant.
where I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do we need to book tickets in advance for these things? Because we haven't even touched on pikes.
Right. Ocean, definitely, you've got to buy a month in advance.
Right, okay.
There might be the odd bed comes up, but it won't be where you wanted it to be.
Unless it's early or late season.
Yeah, so they kind of release the beds in February. You get in quick to Ocean.
Okay.
I say if you've got one a day ticket to come and have a look, come and have a look. But you're not going to be comfortable. You're going to be walking around all day, and you can't go in VIP. You can't stand there, and you don't want to stand in front of those girls because they want to watch the pool. And so that's not ideal. Okay. But you can sit on the edge of the pool. And it's about €25. It's not a lot. So that you buy tickets for that. Obviously, the clubs you buy from the established clubs themselves from their websites, or from people like 06 West who are in the West End, who are a proper ticket agency. Don't buy off internet. Don't buy second-hand tickets where people say, I can't make it, so this is for sale, because you'll never see the ticket. Yeah. So always buy from your legitimate sources. And again, some of the events, your Calvin Harris's, your David Guetta's, whatever, they do sell out. Yeah. It's extraordinary the amount of volume that they get through their doors. It's phenomenal. The drinks aren't cheap, but some of the DJs are getting paid in excess of €200,000 per show.
Superstar
DJs, and when you've got 4 or 5 in a club at one night,
that's
obviously
a lot of money.
The first couple aren't on that money, but the last couple might be, it's a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay. Whilst I'm conscious of time for this podcast, there's a couple of things that I still need to ask you about and for us to cover for Ibiza. We haven't mentioned the legendary Café Del Mar. Yeah. And we haven't mentioned legendary pikes yet.
Okay. So on the Sunset Strip, obviously, it's very, very famous for its sunset. Ibiza. So we have Sunset Strip. So Sunset Strip is a marvellous invention, which I thought I had the right idea. I thought I had the idea. So Café Del Mar, funnily enough, Monday, was their 46th anniversary.
Oh, right.
Now Café Del Mar opened the week after Tony Pike opened Pikes. Right. Totally unrelated. It was just the way it fell. 1980, and they both opened within a few days of each other. So I'll stick to Sunset Strip first. So Café Del Mar is the original. It was a beautiful, small, little cafe with a gorgeous ceiling designed by a very famous Spanish architect. And then they opened a great big, what I would call, to me it looks like an airport duty-free shop. It doesn't fit the style at all. But that's the outside terrace that opened 15 years ago. Right. Next door you've got Cafe Mambo, which is owned, my friends who work and own Cafe Del Mar, great people, a bit more chilled out vibe. Next door you've got Savannah, which has just opened this year, just been totally refurbed. Savannah is building itself a reputation again. We have Space Eat and Dance, which is owned by Pepe that used to own Space. Right. It's just to keep a finger in the island. He's 86 years old, he doesn't need the money, but he just wants to keep the name alive. So that's a very small little bar. Next to Del Mar, you've got my favourite Cafe Mambo,
Right, okay.
which is a bit more vibey. Then, Cafe Del Mar is very chill out and very traditional, where Mambo's a bit more vibey.
Okay.
And then after sunset, they have pre-parties arranged with all the big clubs. So you'll have, your David Guetta's will come one night and they'll play for an hour after sunset. But the idea is that people will go, well, I wasn't going clubbing tonight, but I've seen this.
So now
I've literally smelt his breath on that close.
Yeah.
And I now need to go to this club. How do I get a ticket?
Yeah.
So it's a very good tactic to get people going with the pre-parties. And the music's great, it's the sunset's always quite emotional, you get your Pavarottis, you get your Radiohead classic tunes as the sun goes down. Jason By, Ryan McDermott, they play the sunsets.
Yeah.
And basically when the sun hits the water, it's about 3 minutes, 2 seconds till the sun disappears.
Right.
So they cue this tune up perfectly. So the last note hits as it goes down. That's good. And then, probably my second favourite or maybe first favourite to eat, Mint Lounge next door to Mambo is owned by Mambo.
Right, okay.
So with Mint, it's an Italian flavoured kitchen rather than more deep fried. So the food arguably is my favourite. And you get the music pumped in from Mambo. So the DJs play Mambo, they bring the music in. They have screens inside so you can see what the DJ is doing. They have a terrace outside, same as Mambo. Literally joined on, there's not even a dividing rope. So you're literally having the same experience on the same terrace. And I shouldn't tell you, but it's a bit cheaper.
Oh, okay.
And it's the same experience.
Tripz and Tipz.
Big tip. So yeah.
Okay. And
then Pikes.
Pikes, yes.
So Pikes, obviously, read the book, do the research, Google Pikes, have a look at the YouTube videos. My friend Tony, he arrived 46 years ago in Ibiza, bought a dilapidated farmhouse that was literally a shell, created a home. Somehow it became somewhere where lots of people used to stay.
Yeah.
And
was it Wham, wasn't it?
Yeah, George Michael filmed there, Wham filmed Club Tropicana there. Freddie Mercury had his 41st birthday party there and he was a regular visitor, as was George Michael. We've had all the stars stay there over the years. Tony created a house that became somewhere where people stayed, where his third wife said, right, okay, why don't we make it a hotel and build a pool? So they built the pool, which became the Club Tropicana pool. And it's now a 27-bedroom hotel. Tony died 5 years ago, unfortunately, but he had a good life. He had an amazing life.
I bet he had a
watch
good
the
life.
Videos. My friend Andy that owns Ibiza Rocks, he took it on in 2011 to keep all the bands, to let them stay there who played at Ibiza Rocks. We used to have the rock bands. So it kind of went part of the bands. So we used to have some amazing parties with super duper rock stars. The council put the mucker on that as well, so now it's Ibiza Rocks is now a pool vibe. And then Andy's invested with several other investors, and they've opened an outdoor space called 528, which people might remember as the Zoo Project, or going back to my days in '93 with Club 1830, it was Bennemusser Park. So that's a big outside. It was built as a zoo, but it never was a zoo. It was all a bit of a funny story, but it's an outdoor event space with different stages and different rooms, and it's just a beautiful outdoor space. So Andy's got that as well. So yeah.
Sounds good. Right. Okay. So moving on from the clubbing and the party experience, we've touched on families. We've touched on the clubbers now.
Yeah.
If you're going for your honeymoon or your romantic holiday, is Ibiza good up for that?
Ideal. So again, I've talked about Calavadera. I've talked about the beaches. Your Calabasa, your Calaconta. There's hotels like the Seven Pines, which is amazing. The Tui Blue is a really nice wedding resort. We have several wedding venues that were like little chingaritos, like little bars.
Right,
that kind of reinvent themselves as wedding venues. So there's lots of those around. Elixir is a special one. And again, they'll hire you a DJ in, they'll get you a saxophone player in, but they'll say what music do you like, and they'll bring the DJ in that fits that style. So you can have sax, you can have bongos, you can have fire eaters, anything you want. So there's some beautiful some wedding venues, and again, you can bring the family. You can park the family in a hotel down the road or whatever, or just pitch in and do what you do. And again, I've done quite a few wedding parties now. It's good.
Okay, fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay, so to summarise, what's the final tip for Ibiza?
The final tip.
Or the closing thoughts on Ibiza?
Closing thoughts are, given my and our knowledge, and after Rosalind's been in August, she'll have a lot more knowledge.
I'll have a lot more knowledge about Ibiza then. On the
us-
chilled side.
Yeah, but give us a shout, because I have links with all the hoteliers, and I know all the hoteliers personally, or the majority, apart from the big chains. But I know most of the staff in the big chains. But I know a lot of the operators. We get some amazing deals through our partners anyway.
Yeah.
You know, the restaurants, if you're one of my clients and a restaurant's full, if you ask me very nicely, normally I can get you a table. Even if the restaurant's full, I can normally find a local's table that's been kept to one side that maybe I can squeeze my clients in. If you want a speedboat, I mean, the sunset speedboats are amazing. So speedboats will go out in the morning, 10 till 3.
Yeah.
Or they'll go out at about 6 till 9:30. The sunset one is special.
So, yeah, I can imagine.
So they'll go out for a day, but they're a couple of grand. But across 11 of you, it's still not bad.
It's not bad, no.
You know, the fuel's expensive, the skipper's expensive,
Yeah.
you know, the berth's expensive.
Yeah.
They're just the amount of money to keep a boat in Ibiza for the summer and then get it out and get the barnacles off and store it in the winter. It's fortunes. So I've got links with a lot of the captains, a lot of the companies. I know all the concierge companies. So, yeah, basically, talk to us first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There will be links. I'm going to do that the thing that you see on all the
Oh,
TV.
where we go, it's up there,
It's
it's
up
down
there,
there.
it's down there.
Yeah.
Link below. We will put, obviously, there will be our links to our emails and websites and Instagram, and follow us. Yeah, follow us for all more Trips and Tips, because we've got the Trips and Tips Instagram page, but we've also got our individual pages as well, and
definitely.
we do share each other's posts as well.
Definitely.
So, well, thank you for joining us and listening
Thank
to
you
this on this podcast. So, yeah, next time there'll be another resort or another holiday destination.
And maybe another one of our travel agents doing a guest spot. But do remember, please, we're not just Ibiza specialists. We do cruises, we do Disney, you know, we do ski, we do safari, we do Japan after what we met last night.
St. Lucia.
Yeah. And we also do your whole season's boats, we do your log cabins, we do football and theatre packages where you get a ticket and a hotel. Whatever you want, we'll do.
We will indeed do that. Anything that you want, give us a call, drop us an email, or DM us, slide into those DMs, and we can get you something.
Oh yes, such a down with the kids girl.
Totally.
Thank you for watching.
All right, thank you.